Oh, there we go.
We good? It's back. It's off mute, or should I do it again?
Oh, there we go. See, we back. We back.
All right, so I'll do it again.
Y'all do it again.
Huh?
Y'all do it again.
Shalom, Israel. This is the Isupk coming out of 1 West Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. We are not affiliated with no other Israelite group. Period. No Israelite group for that matter. I'm Officer Kananya. That's Officer IR. You know, we coming to you live today to teach you a little bit about brotherhood. Tell you about current events. Some scriptures that pertain to those events, and also throw a little bit of conspiracies in there if we could. But this is what I want to say about conspiracies. If it's true, it's not a conspiracy. It just might not be popular opinion, but it's true. You know, and what they try to do with the truth, they try to suppress it and bury it. But we gonna bring it out today. Milwaukee just got his first taste of cold tundra. I heard in New York they calling it like an Arctic blast or something like that. Because a couple of nights ago was when it I think it what day was it? Maybe Friday.
Like yesterday was -9.
No, I mean what day did it start snowing? Maybe Friday, Saturday,
Friday,
yeah. Friday evening. So it started snowing heavy on Friday evening. I'm just gonna tell you a little about what's going on now in Milwaukee. So it started snowing heavily, Friday evening, which, I personally live in the area where it snows so bad, it actually knocked out a power to the whole area. It knocked out the power, left us in the dark, you know what I'm saying? The snow was so heavy, it buried a lot of cars.
Yeah, it was like 2 feet.
And then right after that, it got icy cold. So, once it first starts snowing, the snow don't be that heavy. You can get right out of it. But once it turns to ice, once it Arctic ice freeze, then that you gonna need like a metal shovel to get your car out of the ditch. I've seen a lot of cars get stuck, a lot of accidents. I even seen a plow truck get stuck, and I mean not a plow truck, like a 4x4 with a
semi today.
Stuck in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, but
I was stuck for 2 days.
Oh yeah, I seen that. So somebody came and got you out, or
I had to get hot water and put under the tires.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll talk about that after class, but I got this a plastic shovel. It wasn't doing nothing
I had that too. The good thing is, as soon as it snowed, I took the snow off.
Oh yeah.
So I did that. The snow was off my car, but the bottom, that when that snow got cold,
it froze right up. Yeah, it's like they, this could be a conspiracy, but maybe not, because I heard of heart machines and all that. But once they made it snow with their machines, they froze it right up, so it was hard for people to, Heart. They froze it. It got real cold right after that. Which of course it kept the kids home from school, and that's something too, because it's so cold that it not only knocked out the power to our crib, so the electricity don't work, and now the heat don't work, and it took them like a couple days or a day and a half just to come out and try to fix that. Now this happened in a couple of different areas, and I live up, and what's so crazy about it, now that I think about it, once cause my power had went out, so I had to charge my phone. I went and I got in the car, got to driving around. I drove up Fond du Lac, the dealership and them full of power. All the whole lot still lit up, like, so that it's kind of weird, because our electricity to our apartment got taken out, but when it comes to the car dealerships and stuff like that, their electricity still was running, still was good, full power, and that's like some of the first things that they get to plowing is the car dealerships, and that's weird to me. That lets me further know that, of course, the white man is the devil that the Bible speak of, because he don't care about the people, he care about the material thing like the cars, and Dealerships don't sell that many cars in the winter. Trust me. It may be around tax time, but when it first starts snowing, no. So they could have used those, extra plows to plow the streets or help people on the streets who were stuck and, cars cut off nowadays, especially if you ain't got no legitimate car, legitimate engine and all that type of stuff. So y'all get y'all oil changes and everything you need up to date because that's something critical that can happen during this time. And I don't know where y'all out there at in the world, but it's January. And then another thing, it's snowing down south. So my yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. My auntie live in Nashville. No, not Nashville. Yeah, I think Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah.
Austin,
she said
Texas.
Snowing down there. Like what?
Texas is snowing too.
So that should let you know it's signs and wonders.
Yeah.
See, that's something that I like about teaching class. I be talking about stuff, then certain scripts come to my mind, like the signs and wonders, because that's a sign. Once it starts snowing somewhere heavy where it's supposed to be hot, that's a sign and a wonder. Let me get that scripture real quick.
Yeah, it seems like all of the United States is like at 20s and 30s.
Mm-hmm.
I think Arizona is like 40s and 50s right now. But Texas got the snow. I think it was Austin, Texas got the snow.
Slovakia. Get Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 22, if I'm not mistaken. No. Well, yeah, you can go to there anyway. Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 22. But I don't think this the one because it's just showing the signs and wonders of Pharaoh. That's it?
Yeah.
Yeah, read that real quick.
Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 22. And the Lord shew signs and wonders, great and sore. Stop
right there. So it says the Lord showed signs and wonders. Like of course, I'm gonna break this down a little bit. Of course, it's still January. Around January 5th, 6th, Cat Williams came out, started spewing a whole lot of truth, had the whole world in a frenzy. That's a sign where this year about to be all about truth. Mm-hmm. And it's about to be all about ruffling feathers, because that's something that the truth does. Mm-hmm. You have some people on this side who's with the truth, and then you have some other people on the other side who's like, it's kind of not the truth. You pick certain things out. You know it's the truth when you hear it because you can see the evidence. So that, and then on the other side of the, I don't want to say on the other side, but another side of the truth is the signs and wonders, which is how it's snowing down south, how the temperature is more colder down south this year than it ever was before, and how to because I've never been a part of a snowstorm here where it knocked out the power to a couple blocks. Maybe a flood here and there, because floods usually they usually turn off the power manually just so it wouldn't be no electrical fires and all that type of stuff. But this time a snowstorm knocked out the power to I stay in an apartment. So have you been in my crib before?
I've never been inside, but yeah.
Okay, so that whole area, even down the block all the way down to the gas station, that's like maybe a mile. Right. That whole block was out of power.
No, there was more than that, because I was talking to a sister that lived like 5 minutes away, and she's been out of power for like 2 or 3 days too.
Oh yeah, I was just about to say, going down towards that way at the gas station, and then going back towards where my rib lived, that whole area was out of power as well. But then you go 2 minutes up, like towards Sam's Club and Woodman's. Even Woodman's power was out.
That's crazy.
But the car dealerships and their power was still on, which means they running on a whole different electrical system. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that to be aware of, because how is they stuff still on when the people that live in these apartments, they not there all night. The people who in these dealerships, they not there all night. But the people who live here, who live in this area, is at home all night. Behind our power off, but they're still going. So that's just something, huh?
It's like, and not just that too. Like when it started snowing, like you know those trucks are supposed to be cleaning up the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Like they weren't really cleaning up the neighborhood, like the north side of the neighborhood. Cause I went to Greenfield and West Allis. And those neighborhoods a little bit more cleaner than the north side of Milwaukee.
Yeah, and
I thought that was kind of weird too.
Yeah, that's definitely weird because as plows for the city, you supposed to be ahead of this type of thing. You supposed to be out there early because they even it says it on the news. Like it says that it's gonna snow. We're gonna get this much inches. We're gonna get this cold. You should be ahead of that. You know, I think sometimes sometimes they be trying to let it get bad just so they can get some more money by towing, insurance because of accidents, what else, tires, because you know in Milwaukee, well where I'm at, they didn't plow the streets too good. They plow like it's not really plowed because where you driving the tire tracks is plowed, but the middle is still icy. So the salt trucks didn't even go nowhere over there.
Right. I mean, even right here too. It was hard for me to park.
Crazy, like the salt. That's another thing, man. Of a sign and wonder. Like when something really goes down, they not gonna be there to help you immediately. Like you have to be, like I always say, be prepared. You know, grab that salt if you need it. I just my rib. She just had her car in the shop. Luckily, her car was good. You know, her car was in the shop, so they gave her a loaner, right? Mm-hmm. So you know, she can't park in her parking lot because the loaner ain't got the little apartment sticker, whatever the case is. Mm-hmm. So she parked on the street. The plow done covered the whip, right? And covered the whip with the snow. I'm over there shoveling with this plastic shovel, not getting nowhere, bro. I'm like, man, this we need a metal shovel. That's another thing. Okay, the plastic shovels is good when it first starts snowing. That's because the snow be soft. You can get under there good and cover a lot of ground. But the metal shovel is when the snow turns to ice, because you could break that up with the metal shovel. So she, back to the story. She parked right there. So we trying to get her car out. It is not working. So the plow dude was plowing her lot at the time. I'm like, go, tell my rib, go, ask him to come shovel that. So he came and did it. We still wasn't able to get out though. So I just kept doing it. And then a good Samaritan, a Judite woman, of course, stopped like, y'all need something to break up the ice? He like, yeah. So she brung us, one of them garden tools. It's called, I think it's called a hoe, no key. A hoe, it's a garden tool though. I guess it digs the ditch. It digs the dirt. It's metal. So she came, bring us that, broke the ice up, got right out of there. You know what I'm saying? So we just need to be aware and be prepared of what we need. Ice, salt, and cat litter works as well. Cat litter, metal shovels, of course, something metal to break up that ice. Then it should be good all after that, because once you break up that ice, your car able to get traction, you able to get up out of there.
Yeah, it's also good being ahead of the time too. So
exactly.
The snow is take all that off.
Exactly. That's what, and I seen this on the net too, where some people will put them blue car covers.
Yeah.
Put them right over the car while it's snowing.
Yeah.
And then once it's done, they'll just come yank the tarp off, and that's the whole snow come with it. Yeah. I was thinking about doing that, but of course I wasn't ahead of the way.
I put plastic bags on my mirrors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I put plastic bags. I just tied it up. Then I use the sunblock or whatever you call it. Put that from the glass, and I just took all that shit off.
Oh yeah.
So it helped.
Man, yeah. So and it's just getting started. You know what I'm saying? This is just the first wave of snow that we got. And look how it did us. Look how it did to us when we wasn't prepared. It definitely took my power out. It took them a while to come get me power back. And also the heat. Oh, and another thing, in your apartments, man, fill around them windows, man. You might have to put plastic around the windows because some of that infrastructure in them is poor. They just building the house for somebody to live in so they get money. They're not making sure that the wind don't come through the windows. They're not making sure all of that. So just get some plastic for the windows, cover the windows up, man. You know, be prepared for that. Also, candles. I learned that I need to re-up on candles this weekend. Like, we using candles like a mother, but they did come in handy, the candles that I did have.
And they bring heat too.
Mm-hmm. And it depends on how big the candles is, you know. But I got a nice amount of them, you know, candles, you know, anything. And if you have a family, you know what I'm saying, board games, you know, games, stuff to keep the little ones occupied until this stuff blow over. And also, jogging pants, coats, you know, wear this stuff. This stuff is winter ready. Face mask, scarves, gloves. I say that. I do got some gloves there in the car too, but I rarely wear them. But for the kids though, we speaking for the kids. Get them face masks for them. Get them, you know, something just to cover up they, you know, vital areas like nose, because they sniff that cold air to the brain, and then, you know, the cold wind hit their skin, their face. Hats cover their ears and cover cover the brain, obviously. But yeah, that's just what's going on in Milwaukee. The storm. Then I looked on, you know, on the news. I mean, and also something else. It knocked off the internet. I don't know if it happened to you or in your area.
Yeah. I see it flicker. It did, because the lights kind of flickered. Like the Wi-Fi did go out a little bit, but it turned back on, so we were good.
It knocked off my internet. I'm steady trying to get on Telegram, see our group chat and all. I ain't see nothing till the last minute. I'm steady trying to get on the net to see if anybody else experiencing this, because I follow this 414 page, this Milwaukee page. I follow a couple of them.
Yeah, I follow them too.
It just couldn't refresh. I'm like, bro, I got service. Like, I don't need Wi-Fi to be on here. Right. So it's like, that was weird, and it's a whole lot of stuff going on. So just be prepared for things to happen. You it's some more on that scripture?
Yeah. Upon Egypt, upon Pharaoh, and upon all his household before our eyes.
So he was showing signs and wonders in Egypt. Right now he's doing it again in America, because this is where the majority of his people is. You know, we was on ships and came over here. The people that was already here, still here. Whether it be the Mexicans and the Native Americans, you know what I mean? You know, he shows signs to his people. It's about to be that time, y'all. Y'all better wake up, get prepared. And he probably speaking through me, because and he's speaking through me and also telling me at the same time. Like, you should get prepared, man, because like I said, this is the year of the truth. It's gonna be a lot of truths coming out, and you're gonna be like, it's gonna shock you, but you know, you just have to be prepared for the outcome of certain things. Also, be ahead of a crisis, or be ahead of something to go wrong, and prepare for it like it's gonna go wrong, like you know it's gonna go wrong. Just be prepared for that, whether it be, you know, and like I was saying earlier, Woodman's went out of power. You know, they got that the meat section or whatever, pause. They got the meat section, pause. If something left unrefrigerated 5 to 10 minutes, you got to throw that meat out.
Oh yeah.
You know, I don't know if they did. We haven't went up there, you know, since before the power went out, but I don't know if they did that. And if they didn't do that, just watch out for that Woodman's meat section, pause. And the produce like that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. I haven't worked in
milk and everything else.
Oh yeah. If that stuff's go refrigerated for a certain amount of time, you have to throw a lot of that stuff out. So it ain't no telling how much money and product that they lost.
3 days without no powder. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I seen that on Facebook and a lot of people go there, like
Oh, yeah, that's where I go. I go
Esau and Jacob and Issachar. A lot of different type of people go there. So, and they come from a lot of areas, like from far, from up close. You know.
That's a spot.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if they threw that meat out. Hopefully they did, and they looked out for their customers, but most likely not. You know, they most likely they marked the prices down
Right.
to get the stuff out of there faster. You know how they do. Anything to make the money off it. They gonna say it's $20, bam, mark it down at $5, $7. You know it's going fast. Not only that, man, you know I stay across the street from a liquor store. They power was out, but they still was in there with a flashlight. Like, man, we taking cash only. I said, oh my. So man, it's just
Yeah, that's another conspiracy too about the whole economic thing too.
Oh, I think it was a test run, bro.
Yeah.
On Salaki. I think it was a test run.
Yeah.
They seeing how we gonna react, because that happened. If I'm not mistaken, I watch a couple of these pages from New York, outside of the Truth Like podcast.
Mm-hmm.
They were saying how they electricity went out. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I think they doing little test runs to see how people react to this type of stuff. Even though it was a blizzard or whatever, you know, I ain't talking down on the blizzard or the snow, but you know, it could have been a test run. It seemed like it was, because they shut down I don't want to say they shut down. Well, I'm gonna say it. They shut down the grocery store, because if you've been to Woodman's, obviously, right?
Yeah.
It's a couple car dealerships over there full of power. Like, they power was still on. I'm talking about they outside lights, everything. But where I'm at, they had the street lights out. It was just a complete dark tundra, and you know, it wasn't that dark, obviously, but wasn't no lights on. Like, as far as the street lights, but as soon as you come up finna turn a corner and you look at a car dealership, the whole lot still lit up. So that make me think that, man, they doing this type of stuff to see how we gonna react. But that's a
And if I could, you know, every year it gets colder and colder, and it's gonna get hotter and hotter. You know, because I guess I heard that Milwaukee should have been snowing 2 months ago.
Oh yeah. Wait, what's that? November?
Yeah, it should have been snowing in November.
By the end of November, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it tells you right there that we're getting warmer and warmer.
Or they're using their machine. You know how I like to think, but hey, and that was it on that scripture.
Yeah.
All right, so okay, drop that and give me Psalms 111, chapter 10. Then I'm gonna jump into a couple of Brotherhood scriptures. So now's the time, you know, to prepare yourself, Israel, because in Milwaukee we seen how it worked out. We wasn't prepared, so a lot of people, you know, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure the mechanics, Velasquez, tire shops, they getting all the money now. They getting every single piece of the bread, because even the insurance people, because so many accidents out there is going on.
I got in one.
You got in an accident, like a little fender bender or a head-on collision?
It was a head-on, but like we both stopped. We just hit bumper to bumper.
Oh, okay. Damn, that could have been bad right there.
Yeah, it could have been hella bad. But the insurance said that since there was not enough evidence, that it wasn't my fault, it's not her fault, so they just dropped it. But
what, y'all slid on the ice? It slid on the ice,
it definitely had something to do with it, because we both stopped. We just kind of like sliding, and we just pow.
Oh yeah, that definitely just happened to me a couple times. I didn't hit nothing, but I was just sliding in the middle of the street, and my rib was with me, and I slid one time with the kid.
I got in-type brakes, so once it starts sliding, I can't really press on the brakes.
Right.
You know what I mean? It won't let me press all the way down. So I just kept going. She kept going, and we just barely hit. Bam! So my front bumper scraped up. So.
Glad that you made it out that joint without no minor damage to the car, and you good, bro. Because that could have been bad, man. Especially for the cars who be needing those tires. Like, and then sometimes the tire be costing too much, or you need 2 or 3 tires. sometimes they be frauding you on tires too. Like you got to be mindful of where you go to get these tires too, because some of these places ain't too. They'll sell you a used tire there's 2 more rides in that joint over with. You need a new tire ASAP. Like I just got this tire.
Right.
No, they made it look new, and now you need a new tire, the same one. But then again, I mean, but then again, that's why I be looking into cheap places to get your tires, like Walmart. They went up since I last got some tires for them, but Walmart be having some deals on 4 brand new tires.
For how much?
I haven't checked it last. Right now, I'm looking for some insurance because the insurance people play me some reason. And just before this year, I was paying like $2 something for my insurance. Bro, it went up to $350. I'm like, what? I'm like, how did it go up? But that's a different story.
What
was it?
I went to Goodyear the other day too because I needed some tires ASAP.
Oh, Goodyear, the expensive stuff.
800.
Yeah, that's the expensive stuff right there.
Yeah. And that was the cheapest one.
Did you check Walmart?
No, I haven't gone there. I'm gonna check that out.
Check the I don't think the one over here on Brown Deer do it. Check the one on South 27.
Okay, come on.
You know where that's at?
No.
It's farther down. It's farther down than
Like
than
on the
we've
south
been.
side?
Yeah, like just it's all the way down. If you go on 27th Street,
I've been to that one.
yeah, that's the one. They got an auto thing in there. It's hella Isupk in there.
Oh man, that's crazy.
But yeah, back to the story though. We was sliding like I said earlier. Once it started snowing, our power went out. I got in the car and got to driving just to charge my phone. And while I was snowing, man, I must have been going too fast or something. Changed lanes a little bit too quick. And got to slide, like the car just started turning. I'm like, oh, I had to do some Fast and Furious whipping. Like, luckily it wasn't no cars around at the time, man. Cause it turned. Like I had to. It turned all the way around. I was face going the wrong way. Like,
man, yeah,
craziness. But yeah, the Lord kept me straight, Yeah, so just be mindful, y'all, about how y'all driving out here in this weather, because the slightest speed, the slightest bump, the slightest turn, the slightest patch of ice will have your car 360 in the middle of the street. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention the people in front of you constantly brake checking like how you gonna brake check in the winter, bro? Just go slow if you gonna keep brake checking. Ain't no such reason you going 60 miles on a patch of snow. Like, bro, just go. Slow down. They'd be crazy with it, bro. There'd be these people who don't care about their car, who, ain't got no kind of insurance, no kind of nothing. Just, still driving wild like it's summertime. Like, bro, you're not going to be able to stop like you would normally you're not going to be able to stop normally with snow than without snow, Yeah, so it's just wild out here in Milwaukee as far as the roads, man, and not to mention this on a different note too, the migrants, like where are they going? Where are they at? Like, it was so cold
that's true.
The other day. I mean, not the migrants, but the homeless people.
Yeah, there's already been 3 deaths for hypothermia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's been 3 deaths recorded in Milwaukee.
Like, in these so-called churches, and they got. I was just talking to my rib about this the other day. All these churches got big sanctuaries with 2 or 3 floors on it.
Right.
Like,
there's Catholic churches.
Yeah, it's big. Like, and then they got big parking lots, and not to mention they basement. Like, you can't put the homeless in here nowhere. You can't put the migrants in here nowhere. But y'all church, y'all claim to be all about God and all of this and that. But y'all can't put these homeless people in here just for the night or whatever. Just for the night, like they out looking for a job or whatever the case during the day, then for them to be sleep somewhere, you can't house them for a night, for the night. Like that lets you know that the Lord is not in these churches. The Lord is not. The church is all about money. They'll let you come in there if you got money. They'll let you come in there if you hitting that play every week, once or twice. You know what I'm saying? But some of these homeless people, man, is just maybe too old to make that type of money. You know what I mean? Yeah, and that's crazy because everywhere you go, it's a big church. Every main street in Milwaukee, it's a big church. I'm talking about at least a block, like that one over there on 76 by that pawn shop. That's a mega church. I don't know if you was with us that time when we was standing outside.
Yeah, I seen a lot of churches, big ass churches.
Crazy, like y'all can't house these. Exactly, bro. And you know it's a lot of space in there. Like, that's crazy, man. That these churches, man, ain't even trying to house the migrants that's coming in here. They kicking kids out of schools, bro, and letting the migrants come into schools, and that's crazy. They rather stop a kid education to house the migrants rather to let them come into a church where it ain't no education going on up in there. It wouldn't hurt them to let them stay up in there.
They do that shit on purpose because they want the people to blame them.
You know? Then on top of that, in New York, I heard they kicked them out the police station.
Like Chicago.
Oh, Chicago. Oh, Chicago.
Yeah.
Like kicked them out the police station. Like, bro, ain't y'all here to protect and serve?
Right.
Serve and protect. Protect and to serve. So y'all kick them out the police station. Y'all not protecting them. And y'all not serving the people. So what is y'all really here for? That goes all the way back. The police go all the way back to slave patrol. Like, it only started because they wanted to round niggas up. Salakia, we can't say niggas, but they wanted to round so-called blacks, natives, and Hispanics up. You know, the runaways, the people, like, you get too far north without your freedom papers, they can say whatever they want about you. Right. You're a runaway even though you're not, you this and that, you know. And that just happened in the Book of Clarence. I don't want to touch on the Book of Clarence too much. Yeah, we went.
Oh, yeah. I didn't go.
I know. You should have came out there, man.
And I was stuck, too. I should have went.
Yeah, that happened in the Book of Clarence, too, though. It showed back, like, even back then, they stopping people for identification. If you ever seen it. I mean, if you... you say you haven't seen it, but if you watch the Book of Clarence, it's kind of triggering, bro. So only the strong can watch it. But even on that movie, though, they stopping people asking for what they call it, some type of identification papers or something. Like literally stopping the blacks, stopping these Judites, man, asking for papers, not even wanting papers from them. Like I'm gonna talk about this one scene. So this one scene, Clarence had got this one slave for his freedom or whatever. He got him free by fighting him or whatever. So they headed back to a village or whatever. The Romans stopped him. The slave dude, he claimed that he was immortal or whatever, you know. And his only purpose was to, you know, unalive Romans, like, you know what I'm saying? So they stopped him instantly. The slave got bucked with the Romans, like, hey man, we could take these out, you know what I'm saying? But I guess the Romans had swords or whatever, so Clarence was telling them to calm down. So the Roman dude was like, identification papers. Like, he kept saying it, like, if you don't give me your identification papers, I'm gonna start slicing y'all up, type of deal. So they got to giving on identification papers. The Roman had took it and just dropped it. He didn't even look. He just took the papers and dropped it. That lets you know, man, that they just want to control you. Like, he don't even really want no identification paper. He just want to show you that he could do this. Like, I could, you know, if I wanted to, I can take you out of here and slice you up, man, and won't nobody question what I did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's been happening even,
And that's
90s.
all the way to today though.
Right.
Like it showed from all the way back then, the Book of Clarence, to today. Like they stopping people just for ID. You don't comply, they throwing you on the ground. Boom. Knee on your neck.
Right.
Knee in your back. You can't breathe. You unalive just for not showing an ID or something, man. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. And that just lets you know that any society that Esau is running is violent, is a violent tyrant society, and it's falling slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. You want to say something?
No.
Yeah, it's definitely falling slowly but surely because how do we know that? The political game falling. We starting to wake up on. We starting to get hip to the BS that they've been teaching us and telling us for so many years, like voting and like, if we vote for this person, since we started voting, we've been in the same position. Maybe when we started voting, we knew who the enemy was. All the way we come up to 1960 something, Martin Luther King. Integration. Now we confused on who the enemy is. Now we still voting. We still trying to vote and be in they polls and they voting for this president, vote for that president, even though both of these people are part of the same body. If we vote for this person, we doomed. If we vote for this person, we extra doomed. Like it's one of them. Try to appeal to us, y'all need me, the other dude gonna do this and that, and another one, they don't really care, it's like they ain't got no policies, they ain't really saying too much. Then next thing you know, if either one win, we lose, so we just need to break out of their system because it never benefits us, no time. They trick us and put us to sleep every time. Like when Barack Obama came in office, everybody thought he's black black man in office. But what did he do? He did nothing but bring these abominations to the forefront. He helped them.
Yes, like I think there was more black people arrested, went to prison.
Oh yeah, and that's Salakia too. That's when Barack Obama was in office. Yeah. That's when all these police stuff start happening. Mm-hmm. Okay, so before Barack Obama, George Bush, it wasn't happening that much to where it was big cases like back to back to back. Soon as Obama got in, what else came in? Drill music. Mm-hmm. At the same time, elemental peace stuff. Same-sex marriages, all this, and then drill music, which that it promotes the unaliving black on black crime, because when drill music came out, Chicago was the can we say murder capital?
I think it still is.
It still is since then, or
it was like 800 something homicides last year.
And that's kids. Like it's the reason why they locked up all the OGs, all the top men in these gangs, because they did have the power to cease to have a ceasefire, or to talk some sense into the like it was rank and order, of course, like we got up in here. But the OGs and the people higher up are able to send them orders down, like, man, stop this, or have a truce here, have a truce there, you know what I'm saying? Or directed the gangs into whatever they had to do. But once they got locked up, the youngsters, we ain't got no rules.
Even here too. All the shootings, all the unaliving, it's all been teenagers. The majority.
And that's what I was just about to say. Once the OGs got locked up, and the older people that's in the gangs, the older ones that actually had to say so, that actually can make something move, once they got locked up or became deceased, the youngsters out here like, we ain't got no rules. Ain't nobody above me to tell me I can't go do this. We about to do that. And that happened for like 5-6 years straight. Like, it was a time in Chicago where you couldn't be outside, bro. Like, literally, you cannot walk down this block.
It's still like that.
Like, that's crazy. And then on top of that,
there's certain streets that you can't just stand out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On top of that, bro, I remember even before the drill music, man, before the Barack Obama stuff, that it used to be these DVDs called Hood to Hood.
Oh, I got a collection of those. Yeah.
And they used to go in these hoods, you know, with cameras.
Yeah.
Man, they went to Chicago, bro. I guess it probably was in the Cabrini Green building or one of them buildings over there where it was just about to be demolished.
Yeah.
But it was vacant at the time. Mm-hmm. But on Hood to Hood, they got people sitting in them joints with rifles.
Yeah.
Like, hood dudes, these dudes ain't been in the army or nothing. They had people sitting in these buildings looking to gun somebody down, bro, for absolutely no reason. But then once the drill music stuff came in, with Barack Obama in with, you know, the agenda, their agenda always to unalive us by the masses, either in any way they can. So when the drill music came in and then they locked all the OGs up, you know, kids ain't got no sense, no control of their emotions. These ain't men yet. These are young men. You know, once they lock the men that can tell these people what to do up, it's a free for all. Mm-hmm. Not only that, Grand Theft Auto came out, not to put it on the video game, but video game is influenced. All this stuff plays a part. They start thinking it's Grand Theft Auto, whether it was stealing cars, shooting up hoods, anything, bro. Like, right. Then with the music, you know, cause you know, I was dang near a part of the music when it first started coming out. You know, they got to talking about one gang talk about this gang shoot at this gang, and they just kill each other. And then it's on to the next one. Like it was nonstop unaliving for at least 5 years straight.
It's still like that.
No, I mean it slowed down a little bit, but when it first started though,
right. Like when I tapped into the music scene in Milwaukee, seems like every rapper is they're shooting each other, unaliving each other, and these are rappers, you know what I mean? But they're unaliving each other. You know what I mean? Like as soon as one starts blowing up, he gets unalived. The next one comes, and then he gets unalived. It's like,
and that's a curse put on our people, man. Cause we like I said before, man, we don't know who our true enemy is. If we live in the same neighborhood, bro, we shouldn't be looking at each other as enemies. We should be showing that brotherhood. How we gonna make this place where we live, where we both live together? How we gonna make this place better for us and our family? If we don't never get out, you know, how we gonna make this a better living situation? Because I'm pretty sure, you know, these teenage kids got kids, like kids having kids. I'm pretty sure that's going down. So how we gonna make this safer for our kids? You know, it's already messed up for us. Now we should be able to figure something out, come together. But the young man, because these ain't men yet. Yeah. These are still young men.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure they don't have the capacity to, well, let me sit down with these so-called ops and get an understanding. Why are we ops? Just because I said this, and what did I do? I didn't do anything but say something. And that's one of the curses, man. Like, these kids is so sensitive to where if you say something, they ready to unalive you off a word, off of what you said. You ain't even do nothing. You didn't physically harm these people. You didn't physically stop them from getting no kind of money. You didn't physically, you know, hinder them in no kind of way. They just ready to unalive you just because of what you say. And that's a curse, man. We should be able to get past that, right, bro.
And if I could, that's one thing about like joining the gangs nowadays too. Is like, it's definitely a curse because back in the days, you joined the gang for protection, but now it's gone so bad because, like you were saying earlier, all of our leaders been arrested or unalive.
Mm-hmm.
So now when these little youngsters join a gang, they're inheriting all the past beefs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So as soon as you get jumped in and you go outside and you're already going to work against the ops for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So you go shoot out the ops and now your hands are bloody and you can't stop now.
Absolutely.
You have to unalive them.
Absolutely, because and to add on to that, man, even back in the day, your workplace was off limits and women and children was off limits. But nowadays, bro, they ready to find out wherever you are, whoever you with. They'll look on your social media. Oh, you was hanging with her. Oh, this your kid. They ready to do something to your kid off of something that you've said.
I know Instagram is a big no. Like, you get caught doing that,
wherever you at though, and whoever you with. That's what I'm saying. Like the gang thing started off, patrolling the hood, making sure we good. Then it gradually turned into something to where, like, we was moving together, and then it did this. Now we looking at each other like we clashing, even though we live in the same hood. I will never understand that. It's enough money to go around, and if it's not, we'll get out that life. Then you don't need to be in there if you don't. If it's something that you can potentially be alive from, you don't need to be in it. You know what I mean? That's something I had to learn. If you're not willing to be unalive for this, then you don't need to be in it. Because the objective is to live. The objective is to raise a family and have them able to walk around the neighborhood like you did. Be able to be a free kid, to be a kid, go to a park, Nowadays parks get shot up, bro, for sometimes for fun. Like, people just riding around, they got all these new guns, they just use it for no reason. Like that, and it's crazy to me that we still to this day, even though the last was 2019, what's that, 4 years? No, 5 years, because it's 2024 now, right? The last 5 years, we still can't see that we need to come together, man, since COVID. Because once COVID hit, we was all in the house. What was they showing us while we was in the house? These police brutality. Once they let us out the mandates, we went right back to beefing with each other. Like, bro, that's just crazy right there, man. That's one of the curses that's upon us, because we should be able to show brotherhood to each other. If we ain't got nobody, we got each other. We live in these same neighborhoods. We go to the same stores. We know some of the same women. We go to the same parks, same recreational centers. We see each other, and just because I said something, I didn't even physically harm you, your family, nobody you know. Just because somebody say something, they ready to unalive me or unalive that person. That's why we missing the OGs, man, to talk some sense into these young kids, bro, because it's senseless. It don't make no sense. Like, you unaliving somebody don't increase your money.
Right.
It don't increase your well-being or whatever. It's just blood on your hands, low key.
Yeah, I mean, if I could, like, Isupk still has shot callers and stuff like that. I mean, they're trying to get it together, and like right now, it's been it's probably 2-3 years now that the Southerners and Northerners, there's a peace treaty within the prisons now. You know what I'm saying? So there's that going on too. But it's crazy how, like, they tell the Isupk brothers that as soon as you come into these prisons, like, all that ops and your gangs, all that shit goes out the window. So why is it that we can come in unity there inside, but we can't bring it out here? You know what I mean? And that's what we need. We need to bring that unity outside.
Absolutely, and that's something that the so-called blacks can learn from Isukk. Just being together. That's all we need to do, bro. Be together, because if we not together, somebody from another race outside of the 12 tribes going to influence you to do something. Now you looking at us like we the enemy, when we live in the same. They don't live with us. They don't drink our water or come to our parties or none of that. they just outside of our, trying to influence us on how to do. And then not only that, it goes to a level where, it goes to an even higher level where some of these people is paid. Some of the people in power are oppressor. They pay these people to cause mischief in the hood. It's under the table things going on. Because it ain't no way.
Most definitely.
It ain't no way that we should be, even like I said, the last 4 or 5 years since 2019, the COVID situation, it ain't no way that we can't see who the real enemy is. Because when we was in the house and all of that, still, that unaliving each other slowed down. It probably didn't come to a complete stop, but it slowed down a lot, But who once we slowed down to unaliving each other, who kept unaliving us? The so-called oppressor, the so-called white man, which is the devil the Bible speak of. Then he hold himself not guilty. Well, it's a scripture on that too. I'll get to that later.
Some of the faces the judges are us.
No, not that one. They slay us, but they hold themselves not guilty. And that's something that's been happening, but since the COVID time when we was all locked down, it kept being instances of that. Another instance on camera, and it showed the person that's being unalive as being innocent, but then the people that did it not guilty. That which made me think immediately when I first seen the first one. It wasn't Trayvon Martin, because Trayvon Martin was a little bit before the COVID-19 thing.
Did you hear about the brother, the little youngster, I think it was 18 from Guatemala? How like these Edomite police officers, they teamed up on an 18-year-old, right? They were tasing him to beat him up, and one of the police officers ended up catching a heart attack.
Oh yeah, we brought that out in class.
Murder. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
He's still in there. It's been like almost a year.
That's crazy. That make me think of a recent thing. When the dude jumped over the thing to I guess he rushed the judge.
Oh yeah,
he jumped over but they charged him with attempted murder. Like dude had a weapon. He was about to like attempted murder. Come on now. They obviously trying to make an example out of him, but they could. It's lighter charges than that.
That's what it
like
is.
Attempted murder. That let you. I don't know if we can say murder.
Yeah, I don't think we can.
But that's a what you call that? Not a political term. That's a
What they did to that brother from Guatemala was showing an example too.
You
resist,
even though he ain't had nothing to do with this police's health,
and they were in a Mexican, like Latino neighborhood. You tell me there couldn't have been a police officer that spoke Spanish to handle the situation?
Exactly, bro. They go into situations unprepared, scary. Like, bro, if you a police officer, that's one thing you can't be. It's scary. You can't be quick to pull no triggers or nothing, because majority, I say about 90% of us, we know not to try to shoot no police. We know not to try to up nothing on no police. If we running, we gonna run and throw whatever weapons we got from the police. We not gonna try to challenge the police or nothing, because 9 times out of 10 and almost 10 times out of 10, we gonna be unalive from it or be charged with something that that's outrageous if we do get to a cell. Cause some people, they get arrested, they don't make it to that cell. They be unalived in the back of a squad car on the way to the cell. I don't know if any of y'all been out there been beat up by the police before, but I have. I got beat up by the police before. They had cut. This was before they was mandatory to wear them body cams. They will park somewhere, bro. Trust me, in some type of alley and beat the crap out of you. What was that? Minister Society. That's a real scene. That happens in real life. How Kane and who was that with him? Kane and what's that, his cousin?
In the Mexican neighborhood?
No, I'm saying before that, when they pulled over and got to hitting them with the nightsticks in the back. That's real.
Yeah.
Like, that stuff happens still to this day, man. Then they try to say, well, he was like that when we got him, or they automatically get off for whatever reason, because they hold themselves unaccountable and not guilty. But
if I could, like them knowing like the Isupk brother, like having that on your record when you go into to prison, like those security guards gonna whoop your ass even more while you're in there
every day, and then some of them security guards on the payroll with the inmates.
Yeah, and some of them are gang affiliated.
Yeah, so they can have people in cells do any kind of thing to you, bro. Don't let you not be in the cell by yourself, and you got this thing on your record where you so-called unalive a police officer. You getting tormented every day, like to a point where you gonna want to unalive yourself, and that's something horrible to even say, but it's true. Like, that's crazy, man. Like, these tyrants out here running the streets, like, Salaki. You got tyrants running the streets as police officers, so they trying to unalive us with that. You got also I can't in mainstream in entertainment, if you will. If you don't do what these people say, they can throw dirt right on your name, like Jonathan Majors. They got it on camera that this man is literally running from this woman. This is crazy. This man is literally running from a white woman. See, and that's another thing about those interracial couplings where a black man has a white woman, bro. Y'all have to stop that type of stuff, because they ain't gonna see nothing she do. They ain't gonna even care about whatever she did. You better not lay a finger on her, or she better not get a scratch around you, because automatically guilty. Guilty. He was found guilty not of beating her, but he was found guilty of forcing her in the car or something like that. Like, I guess she broke her finger or something happened to her finger. That man lost millions of dollars just because of that. Like, he wasn't found guilty of domestic violence. He was found guilty of some type of third degree assault, or that's the lowest degree of assault. Like, he pushed her in the car to get away from her. He ran. It's on multiple cameras. He ran a couple blocks. That man still was found guilty. Now, just the accusation of domestic violence got him dropped from Marvel. Now, that's a multi-million, maybe a multi-billion-dollar company where he was playing one of the Marvel characters. That's drop money. He got dropped from some endorsement deals. That's like, bro, it only can end bad if y'all in these relationships with these heathens, outside of the 12 tribes, man, because they automatically gonna believe the heathen, because the heathen is one of them, and it's sort of and I'm gonna go into a conspiracy thing real quick. It's sort of like a King Kong effect, because King Kong, right? He always chasing or trying to protect some white woman. If you think about it, that's crazy. He always trying to protect some white woman. You know what I mean? All the way up until the modern day, King Kong today. What was the last King Kong Skull Island? Before they turned it around into a King Kong versus Godzilla thing. Mm-hmm. King Kong on Skull Island was protecting the white woman. Like, bro, it's subliminal. It's subliminal. The big, strong black man, the dude played in Creed or whatever. He had all the muscles glistening, no homo. Pause. Salaki. But end up getting a white woman, you know what I'm saying? That's what they, I forgot what I was gonna say.
But not just that. I mean, women already have an upper hand against us. And these Edomites, these police officers, they will use your own wife against you.
If the price right, like I said, they can just pay. That's why Salaki was
without paying. You know what I mean? Just for the fact that we're a male and she's a female, and she calls a police officer saying that her boyfriend beat her up. Like, just with that right there, they use that against you even more. You know what I'm saying? So like, even with the woman, they really got an upper hand on us. Like, they weaponize our
women against us. Yeah. You know what movie comes to mind when you said that? Because like, I'm a big movie buff, obviously. That one with Martin. I think it may be What's Love Got to Do with It. No.
Oh, I haven't seen movies in a
No,
while.
I don't low key. I don't even know if you said the one where Martin was dealing with this old lady who had money. She had money, you know, and she was dang, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure. If my rib in the chat, hey, put that movie name up in the chat because I forgot it. The one with Martin and that old lady, the domestic violence thing, you know. Or on there, she framed Martin because she beat herself up. Like, she like bruised her own arm and put bruises on her face with an orange, bro.
That's real.
Like, bruised her face with the orange, then told the police that he did that.
That's what I'm saying. See, they know that they got the upper hand.
That's how they put that ideal in our sister's head, though. Like, no matter what he did, we gonna believe you, or, you know, whatever the case. And that's crazy. And what I was gonna say, that's and it's something in me. Sometimes I don't believe these cases that they have going on because, you know, it's a thing called crisis actors, and it's a thing called money. Like, you can pay, especially if you're in these fraternities, these Mason things, like. They friends with these people in the crisis actor thing. Like, they get that call. I need you to be over here, woo woo. You know, act like this, that. I'm gonna pay you this and that. Boom, click. They don't even really have to be involved in it. They could just be paid off to make it look like something. You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't be believing these stories that be coming out. It'd be a distraction sometimes.
Okay, and even more so if you're actually a somebody. Or an influencer to the community.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, that you're targeted right off the bat just with that.
That's how they keep them in line and keep them with going to doing the agenda thing with them. I mean, keep them pushing agendas, if you will. Like when Colin Kaepernick did that knee, when he started kneeling, the NFL started losing money. And who did they look to get the black people back on their side? Jay-Z. Jay-Z partnered with the NFL. All of a sudden, that Colin Kaepernick movement stopped. And what happened? That a year after that, he brought Snoop Dogg to the Super Bowl, Dr. Dre halftime, Rihanna, these people performing. Black people performing at the Super Bowl, so to get everybody to watch the Super Bowl again, but forget the whole reason why Colin Kaepernick was kneeling in the first place, which was police brutality. Like, he put his career on the line. That's something commendable. If you ever seen that Colin Kaepernick Netflix little program he did, I recommend you go watch it because that is pretty dope. But they went to go get Jay-Z to stifle all that kneeling because the black people started boycotting the NFL after that. Especially after we seen the Dallas Cowboy dude. He the owner of the Dallas Cowboys or something. He was in that racist picture where he was spitting on the Judite women. He was spitting on them going into some building. It was a picture that came out of that. So we was really boycotting that joint. But soon, what happened? They ran to Jay-Z. They started showing them partner up with the NFL, shaking hands with them, acting all happy-go-lucky. Next thing you know, the ladies love Rihanna. So they threw Rihanna in the mix halftime Super Bowl show. Everybody watching. they threw Dr. Dre and them. They start getting these black performers to perform at halftime.
So, like, you know what's crazy too? It might be the same Super Bowl when Snoop Dogg was throwing his gang signs.
Oh yeah,
You know,
same one.
That's crazy.
They only did that because they wanted us to bring our revenue back to the NFL. You know, bring that money that we was threatening to take away with the Colin Kaepernick.
Right.
Bring that money back. Forget about what he did. You know,
Right.
if enough people, and that's what I was saying, if enough people would have showed that brotherhood with Colin Kaepernick, and I'm pretty sure his mama white and his daddy black, yeah, so he'd be a Judite brother. But if enough people, if enough prominent people showed that brotherhood and stood and kneeled with him and kept kneeling,
Right.
something would have had to change.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing that did change was they got Colin Kaepernick up out of there. And then that's the thing that changed. They got the man that was kneeling up out of there. And then the show went on. Like, we can't stick to nothing that benefits us. All they got to do is put an entertainer in there that we think is so influential. Like, what did Jay-Z ever do for this area that he came out of? What did he come out of? What? He always claiming what, New York?
Yeah.
Marcy Projects or something like that. What did he ever? If anybody in New York watching this right now, what did Jay-Z do for New York? For the people in New York?
See, that's what I don't get. Why did people look at these celebrities and put them such a high pedestal when they ain't doing nothing for the people?
It's not even nothing for these places they keep claiming. Like Lil Wayne, will he be claiming Holly Grove all the time? Holly Grove, 17 Ward, whatever.
He said it's Pyru, but the Pyrus in Cali ain't really saying he official
I
because he
know.
hasn't tapped in yet.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't talking about the game.
Yeah.
I was talking about the area he from,
Right.
like New Orleans, Holly Grove.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't been to New Orleans, so I'm not. These are just questions. What has he done for Holly Grove? Where else? Atlanta. What? The Migos from Atlanta. 2 Chainz got a lot of rappers from Atlanta.
Yeah.
But have you ever been to Atlanta?
Nah.
Bro, it's a lot of I used to go there every year. It's a lot of abandoned subdivisions, bro.
Yeah.
Like a whole areas were full of houses, but they abandoned. And it's so many entertainers from what have they ever done for the areas? Like, absolutely nothing. And that's something that we should stop looking to entertainers to do. Because all their job is to be is a distraction and a mouthpiece. They just gonna make some music to get your shoulders bopping and get you to dance, and then you gonna spend money on their stuff or stream their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, they ain't doing nothing for the people that they claiming that they with or the area that they claim that they from.
I agree 110%. You know what I mean? And even the Israelites, I think that they're guilty of that too, because like we're so quick to support these celebrities, but when the Israelites trying to come up in the game, we don't support them. Like we don't support our own. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? We're so quick to support somebody else, but as soon as we start coming up, like they're not trying to support that.
And I'm pretty sure we talked about this maybe a couple classes back, but it be in their contract, if you ask me. You cannot help these people, bro. You have to move from here, move into a gated community with us. Keep that money over here. Don't take it back to there like LeBron James. Like, it's so many names that you can name, even going back before all of that. The comedians that was making so much money. Eddie Murphy, even the rap stuff from back in the day, Russell Simmons, all these people that's entertainers making so much money, but these neighborhoods that they be claiming they from, it still looks horrible. It's gang infested. It looks rural. I don't know how to say that word. Rural. I don't know how to say that word, but it looks, ran down. You know what I'm saying? It be all a distraction. Like the music is, it's a distraction. and it affects you psychologically where like you find yourself. And then another thing, they play it on the radio so much that you could be listening. I mean, I find myself doing this all the time. Like, bro, I hate. Well, I don't want to say I hate.
Like you're singing a song that you.
Yeah, I can't stand Beyonce. I cannot stand her, but it's this one song I be finding myself humming like. I be like, bro, what is that? I cannot stand that. Like, why is they hypnotizing us with this music, this frequency?
Right. They're
you know,
tapped into what's that word? Subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're already like there. You know what I mean?
And I don't listen to, like, when I listen to radio in my car, it's 98.3, all the old school stuff. I don't listen to that new school V100 stuff that plays because I just don't want it to listen to it. And I hate. And Salaki, if my rib watching, I hate when my rib listen to that type of stuff. Like, just cut it off, bro. Like,
yeah.
She talking about it's just me. It's not just music. It's not just music.
He's doing something to that.
Absolutely. Like, and I heard that it's something to do with the hertz.
The hertz, the frequencies.
The
message that push, like the vibrations.
Yeah.
It's tapping into your subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then when you're constantly on that vibe, it's like you'll only be attracted negative. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And then not only the music, the TV shows. That's why, like, I be getting on my ribs sometimes about the little stuff she watch. Like, bro, I don't want that to rub off on you in any kind of way. She be like, it's not gonna rub off. It's not, but it's affecting you psychologically. Like, you looking at it as entertainment, but it. How can I say this? It's deeper than entertainment, you know. Especially certain situations that happen on these entertainment. That's why I don't watch no TV shows, bro. If I do, it's old stuff that I've been seeing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, stuff like that. If it's something new, it'll be like Squid Games or something like that. Like, you know, little stuff like that. I don't like to watch reality TV, love and hip hop. What's that dude name? Blueface, all that. I'm not entertained by that, man. I don't like to watch that type of stuff. Like, now I used to, like, but once I realized, bro, this just the same buffoonery that they keep putting on. They put on a different buffoonery thing every year. Like Love and Hip Hop, what they do in there? All they doing is drinking, throwing drinks, fighting. Like, they showing us in a negative light in every show on TV.
Yeah, I can't stand that.
I can't stand that, bro. And you just gotta wake up, Israel, because they won't play it if we don't feed into it. And we can't. This is something we should be feeding into. You know, following this here Bible, following this here Apocrypha. You know, taking them notes. You can drop that, bro. You'll grab 1 Corinthians chapter 16 and 13. You know, this is something that we should be in tune with. If we don't want to be in tune with this, then get somebody who is in tune with it. You know, stop those bad habits that you got, where the ailments. You know, it's just hindering you. When you know, we should be 1 Corinthians chapter 16 and verse 13. We should be getting prepared, because this year is about to be a big year. Now, we don't pay attention to them politics and all that, but it's gonna be a big year for politics. Cause what's finna happen? Either Joe Biden finna get up out of there and Trump finna get back in, you know, or some other president finna come out the woods that we don't know nothing about, finna be running America.
Yeah, I can say some stuff.
A bunch of schmegma, if you will. Yeah, shout out to Among Them. But yeah, it's about to be a big year, because the truth is gonna be brought to the forefront more than ever this year, I believe. We started out this year with truth, with a lot of feather ruffling. What Cat Williams said, a lot of truth. You know what I'm saying? He said a lot of, you know, stories and stuff that can be, you know, researched and debunked. But for the most part, he said some truth, where these men do wear dresses in here. Like they trying to convince your kid, oh, it's okay, it's funny, ha ha ha. Man in the dress, ha ha ha. It's not funny at all. Matter of fact, a man shouldn't be thinking about getting in no dress. This ain't no Scottish kilt stuff. We not Scottish. Let Esau go jump in them dresses, man. Go put on them women things. Let Esau do his custom. That's his custom stuff. He with the Greeks and the Greek freaks. Like he's a Greek freak. Let him do that stuff, man. Let him do all that fetish stuff. Men putting on tights and what I'm saying, Miss Doubtfire stuff like that. You gotta leave that to the other heathen nations, man. It's not funny. It's actually an abomination unto the Lord. You can look up Brandon T. Jackson if you want more information on that. He said the dress ruined his career. After he put on that dress in Big Mama's House 2 and 3, you never seen him again in no movies. After that, no more movies for him because Cat Williams. I don't want to keep referencing Cat Williams, but Cat Williams let him know, like, hey, bro, don't do that dress thing. He did the dress anyway, and what happened?
New song?
Who, Cat Williams?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he's a rap, but he's attacking the industry with his music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because he could rap.
Yeah, I know he can rap.
Dipset at one point.
Yeah, and a couple clips came out of him rapping on BET 106 and Park, stuff like that. Yeah, but Brandon T. Jackson, about the dress thing, Brandon T. Jackson, he even know that what he did was an abomination to the Lord. You can look him up, look a couple videos up of him on YouTube stating these things, and he even know himself to be an Israelite. You got that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can read that real quick.
You said Corinthians 6 and 13, right?
1 Corinthians.
Yeah. 16 and 13.
All
right. 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verse 13. Watch ye, stand fast in the faith. Quit you like men. Be strong.
Wait, hold on. Read that one more. Oh, let me get there with you. Yeah, man. Y'all gotta watch out for these people who willing to do anything for money too, man. Because once that happens, that means money run them. So that means they can be bought. Sure. The right price, they'll mess you up. Dang, man. What's going on with this phone, man? All right here. Okay, 1 Corinthians 16:13. All right, read that one more time if you could.
Says, watch ye, stand fast in faith. Quit you like men. Be strong.
It says, watch ye and stand fast in faith. Like, watch ye and stand fast in faith. Quit you like men. What it say? Quit ye you like men. Be strong. Hold on, was this the one? Exactly. This is.
Watch ye, stand fast in faith. Quit you like men. Be strong.
Yeah, I might have pulled the wrong scripture. Hold on. Salakia, 1 second, child. Yeah, Salakia, man. I think I done wrote the wrong scripture in my notes. I think I got a little pad for my notes, man. I think I wrote the wrong scripture, though. Let me see one more time. Watch ye. Yeah, I had to get more understanding on that one, and I gotta check my notes that I just so happened to left at the house today. But I might have got the numbers mixed up right here. But anywho, you can drop that then. Drop that and grab John. No, Salaki. Mark chapter 12 and verse 31. Man, I got a new notepad and a little booklet. I done wrote the wrong scripture in that joint. It's okay. It's gonna fill this joint up.
Alright. Mark chapter 12 verse 31. And the second is like, namely this: thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is no other commandment greater than these.
This is the second commandment. It says, love thy neighbor. Now we spoke about this many of times. When it says love thy neighbor, it doesn't mean that African on the left of you and that Ethiopian on the right of you. No. It means love thy neighbor, the neighboring tribes of the tribe of Israel. You know what I'm saying? And Salakia, a side note, man, today, I don't even know if I should mention this, but like I said before a couple times in my class, we got an abundance of Somalians, either Somalians or Africans, right, in our job, my slave, Salaki, my slave.
We both African.
African?
Yeah, Somalian is African.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so one of them is pregnant. Like, I never talk to these women at all. Like, you know, sometimes they come ask me for help with their machine. You know, if I've done the machine, I help them out, whatever the case. But one of them pregnant in there, right? So, dang, I should have brought the paper. So she gave me this paper, inviting me to baby shower, bro. Like, I had to, like, Salakia, I had a earpiece in my ear, so I didn't really hear her. So she gave me a note. Bro, these people cannot write, bro, at all. Like, they can barely speak English. So I'm looking at the note. I'm giving her that look like, what is this? You know, because I can't read this. I'm like, what is this? So she did this. Like, I'm like, oh. I say, oh. And I did that. And then I went back to working. So I'm like, the whole time in my head, I'm like, what is this? You can't read it. So at the end of the day, I'm going to the time clock, you know, to clock out. I go to this old lady, this Judite lady. I'm like, did she give you one of these? She like, yeah, this for her baby shower. I'm like, where does it say baby shower at? Like, she wrote some type of foreign lettering on there, bro. I can't understand. I'm like, I don't know if she thought I was African with him or something
right.
like that, but I could not understand it. But that's just a side note.
Or they might think that they're Judites too.
Exactly. They really do want to be like us too.
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of them dressing like us in there and all day. It's only a couple of them Ethiopian or /African /Somalian women in there that actually wear the skirts and they little African garbs. The rest of them be wearing tight jeans, tight clothes, you know, looking just like Judite women out here. That's just a sidebar. But I just couldn't understand, like, what. Why would you want me there? I don't even say nothing to nobody in here except this old lady who been here for about 20 years. You know, every slave, or, you know, you got that one person that been here about 20 years, 15 years, a long time. So that's who I'm talking to, you know, because she know all the machines or whatever. So I'm talking to this lady, so I knew she would know. I'm like, did she give you one of these? She's like, yeah, that's for her baby shower. Like, we both start rolling because it's like, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like some of them like take their job like too serious. I'm in there. I treat a job just like a slavery. Like, I ain't gonna be here too long.
And on top of that, I ain't trying to make no friends with y'all up in here.
Exactly.
Especially y'all that's not of the tribe of Israel.
Right.
I'm definitely not. You know, one day I might take the time to ask one of them what their nationality is, but to me, right now, these motherfuckers, Salaki, these people is African. So I'm definitely not saying nothing to them at all. I'm not finna be coming up to them, making little jokey jokes with them, cause it's and it's somehow that they take the same lunch as me now. Like the latest we could take our lunch is 1:30. That's when I take my lunch, the latest. And I ain't been seeing nobody, but recently, maybe started last month, the middle of last month or the beginning, all them Somalians and Africans been taking their lunch at 1:30. So we all in the lunchroom. I'm just looking around. It's about 10 of them, bro. And they all eat out the same bowl, and that's true. Like some of them be bringing a big bowl of gunk. I call it. Everybody got a spoon sitting in a circle just getting some out. I'm like, oh, these people is dirty, you know, because that's double dipping the spoon, bro.
That's crazy.
That.
Especially when COVID comes around.
Exactly, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, but what was that? Oh, treat the Salakia for that sidebar, but that just made me think of it when I said that African and the Ethiopian. But this is commandment number 2: treat the neighbor like you. What it say? Read that one more time. Salakia.
It says the second is like, namely this: thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is none other commandment greater.
Yep, love thy neighbor like thyself. And I want to dive a little deeper into that by looking up the definition of neighbor. You know, we know the neighbor, we know that this is talking about our neighboring tribe and the person that lived next door to us, if they of the 12 tribes of Israel. This don't mean the white man that lived next door or the Chinese man that lived next door. You know, let's see what the Google has to say about neighbor. The word neighbor. See, this got something that's obviously that the so-called white man put it into the dictionary. It says a person living near or next door to the speaker or a person referred to. That's not what this is speaking about. When it says love thy neighbor, the neighboring tribes, and if they your neighbor, not because the so-called white man is not our neighbor. The so-called African is not our neighbor. The Chinese man, none of those people are our neighbor. We're supposed to love our neighbor like we love ourselves. Like Isupk brother right here. I love him like he loved himself, or I love him like I love myself, because he is a part of these 12 tribes and also a part of these ranks. You know, if we go to war together, he get into it with somebody, we both into it with that person. There's not no one-on-ones in here. But if you would like to indulge in that, I ain't gonna stop you. If you hold me back, like, no, I got this one, or you know what I'm saying, something like that, I ain't gonna hold you. You know, I'm gonna, you know. Well,
but
he
even
said,
then, like, even if that was the case, right? If I said, "Hey, Kala, I'm an A, Kananya, I got this," right?
I still should be on that.
You should still like make sure that nothing else happens.
Oh yeah, kind on kind. But I'm just saying, if you was to verbalize that.
In reality, if that did happen, it would be best if we can de-escalate the situation.
Exactly. The violence is the last resort, man. If you push us to violence, you gonna get what you asked for. But we gonna try to de-escalate the situation as best as I can. I was just using that. Yeah.
I got you.
Right. I was just using that for an example, bro. Yeah, but violence is the last thing that we want up in here. until it's time for that man of war to crack that sky and come out of it, come down and gather us up together to go do that violence to wherever he point us at. But until then, violence is the last, especially on our tribal member, on somebody that's a part of these 12 tribes. That's the last thing we want to do is harm that brother or that sister. We actually want to tell them, hey, come in here, man. Come talk to us. Come get us understanding. Come, be a part of what we got going on, because this is the thing that was going to help us build our nation back to being on top, where we rightfully should be. We're not going to jump the gun and just, oh, you did that, and go right to violence on off top. We don't do that type of thing up in here. And that's something brotherly. That's something that's a big thing of brotherhood right there. Not automatically going to and also that's a sign of maturity, because back, I don't know, about 10 years ago, we quick to get on somebody's heels. It's nothing to get on somebody's heels ASAP. But that was just showing the immaturity of us and what the world has taught us. Don't let nobody talk to you crazy, do this, do that, show these people that you this and that. But that's not how we move in here. We de-escalate the situation. We talk to that person, get an understanding of why we said this, why they did that, just verbalize our concern with one another, show that brotherhood, show that we can get past this, misunderstanding. We don't have to throw hands if you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? We not advocating for violence, but on the other side, we not gonna back down from no violence. If you coming in here thinking that you just big, bad, and tough, you can whoop everybody, the Lord gonna show you otherwise. Just leave it at that. The Lord gonna humble you down. You know what I'm saying? Especially on somebody who not trying to be that aggressive towards you. He not meeting your aggression with aggression. You have to make that first leap so we can show you the Lord don't play about his people. Even though you should already know the Lord don't play about his people, but that's something that
shouldn't get us twisted. Like, if we're trying to de-escalate the situation and I get hit,
it's on.
It's on. There ain't no you got this.
I know. I was just saying, if you say, I don't mean that, bro. I was saying, if you say that you got it, I'm not gonna just say, oh, he got this. No, I was saying, if you say stand down, I'll handle it. Right? No. Yeah, and on top of that, man, we ain't no Christians. So, if you do throw that first punch, that first swing, that first hit, and it actually land, Lord be with you, because,
brotherhood is a weapon.
Yeah, brotherhood is a weapon. You can get crip walked on, heel toed on, A-Town stomped, all that. Like, that goes down, but we ain't gonna, we don't advocate for that. We ain't here trying to save our brothers and sisters, man. We ain't here trying to come together, and make our army even much more greater and be on one accord, if you will. We're not trying to separate, we'll only indulge in that if the time and, the circumstance calls for it. But we not going to be the first ones to, just jump out the window, because we more disciplined in that. And we also would like to have you, or, we would like to have you as a brother first and not an enemy. Because, that's something that we just, that's just something we do in here. Show that brotherhood. This is the Isupk. We show that brotherhood first. Then we try to get that understanding, man. If you just keep going and going and going and going, it's easy for us to keep. It's easy for us to keep it here while you keep going and going and going and going. Then once you hear, we immediately here with you. Once we keep it here and we keep trying to talk to you, and you keep just and you go up and up and up, we gonna immediately shoot up there with you. It's not. Don't get it twisted, bro. It's not we ain't no Christians up in here. We not. Oh, turn the other cheek. Oh, all that old stuff. Nah, bro. Just let you know, man. Read that one more time before we move on, if you could, Baba Kasha.
And the second is like, namely this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is none other commandment greater than these.
There's no other commandment greater than that brotherhood, man. Showing that brotherhood is maturity, is discipline, and it also takes patience, you know. Which brings me to my next thing. You'll drop that and get Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 9. It also takes that patience, you know. And it takes chances. Sometimes you got to give a brother a chance to mess up, and then another chance, and then another chance. Then eventually, you know, you're going to figure out the problem, why they keep messing up, or why this and why that. It's all about understanding, man.
Right. Sometimes it takes that brother to gain that brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes those brothers just have a hard time getting that brotherhood. You know what I mean? You can forgive him constantly. You know, and you have to continue doing that until he gets it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. You got that? Read that for me.
All right. Ecclesiastes 7. You said 7 and 7?
7 and verse 9.
Oh, 7 and verse 9. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry.
Stop right there. Okay, it says, be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry. Like, don't let nothing take you from here to here. Like, because it's not going to be good for you or nobody else around you. Because when you be hasty to anger, that means all your understanding go out the window, all your negotiating skills go out the window, all your brotherhood just out the window. You know, you have to show that patience with a brother, because especially the brother that's not in these ranks in the ISUPK. Brother in that outside of here in the world, you know, they quick to be that emotional, quick to be, you know, quick to flash out, quick to, you know, just let their emotions get the best of them. But the book says, be not hasty to anger. Don't get angry. Like, don't let none set you off. Like, you know what I mean? Just be not hasty to anger, because a lot of things can go out the window. When people show their anger off top, or how fast they can get angry, or, you know what I'm saying? That lets you know that that's an emotional person right there, or something been eating them up all along. And once you say something to that person, they, here I go. You know, they quick to go off the rails. Right. Continue on. I'm pretty sure something. You want to say something?
Too, mm-hmm. Yeah, some are even trained to be like that. You know what I mean? As soon as you get a little sign of disrespect, it's like, it's instantly like, what you mean though? Like what's up? Like, what you trying to do? You know what I mean? Like, we so quick to fight back. You know what I mean? And that's not what the Lord is saying. Like, the Lord is telling us not to be so quick at anger. You know what I mean? We gotta be humble and show some brotherhood. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Or even trying to pick buttons with the brother, knowing that he is like that, and you're still trying to do that. Like, you're still tempting him. You're still pushing his buttons. It's like, you're on the wrong. If that brother swings at you and drops you, I mean, you're the wrong for even doing that.
Exactly.
You knew better.
Exactly. And if I could too, that's something that a lot of gang members have. They quick to anger, or not even a lot of gang members. A lot of people with weapons, firearms, knives. They quick to something. It's like the slightest thing can, you know, they switch from here to, you know, that's a what is it? Dang, man.
It's built in us to be like that.
No, because that's something. That's a.
It could be also psychological too.
That's an emotion though. That's emotional. Once
right.
you quick to anger, it's like, bro, ain't no reasoning with you. Like, I can't talk you down off of this. Is you just no, forget all that. I'm mad now. Now you ready to get beat down for something that you got angry of, and it's not even that serious.
But it's almost built that way, because you know you're supposed to not take anything from nobody, even from your own brothers.
Where does that mentality come from though? The gang life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, not everybody grew up like a Christian. You know what I'm saying?
I know what I'm saying. That's somebody that can't take no correction, or don't want you to correct them in no kind of way. You know, some people quick to get angry just for you roasting them or ripping them or something like that.
When you're trying to correct a brother, it's different. But when you disrespect a brother,
right.
you know what I mean, it's game time.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know some brothers not stupid. Then they know what you're doing.
Exactly.
And once you play with a brother, and he comes at you like that.
Right. Yeah. That's different. Don't be trying to play with no brother emotionally or like try to. It's a term called. It's a term for that. It's not sneak dissing. It's
dry snitching too.
Dang. For lack of a better term, playing somebody like they stupid. You know what I mean? Even though they see what you doing, it sometimes things can build up too if you don't get that. Like I was saying, if you don't get that conversation in, if you don't get that, that brotherhood in to pull them aside. Hey man, I feel like this. Or if you even talk to that brother like, oh, I didn't mean it like this. Stuff can build up.
And it's so important to be real with yourself, be honest with yourself, because if you offended a brother, right, and he was offended by it, but you're not taking that serious, you're just like, oh, we good, are we straight? Okay, cool. Like, that's not. Oh, exactly. You're dealing with real situations here. Like, you don't understand that that brother was, like I said, being mature in the situation, not being so hasty towards anger, and he was applying that. But then once he acknowledges you that you disrespecting him, and you were laughing about it. Oh, we good? Are we straight? Okay, like.
Yeah, that's kind of like blowing it off, or like you said, not taking it serious. You think he could just, we good. Yeah, I did that to you, but don't sweat it. I ain't in it. No, you have to talk that out. You know what I'm saying? I felt like this. You know what I'm saying? You woody woo, just get a conversation going back and forth, because we would like to heal the brotherhood instead of break it apart,
Right.
And if you don't hash that out all the ways, somebody could be feeling some certain type of way.
They're watching.
Exactly. Somebody could start feeling some certain type of way, and the thing not all the way hashed out because this party didn't take this party seriously, or they didn't heed to what each other was saying. Now it's just up in the air, the slightest thing, saying, and I'm speaking for people outside of this school. This person could be like, man, the next thing this dude say to me is on with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, just hash it out and try to get that brotherhood back to where it need to be, instead of being, separate and having that grudge towards each other. You can read on.
All right. You said 6 and 7?
7 and 9.
7 and 9. Ecclesiastes 7 and 9. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger. What's how you pronounce that?
Salaki. I should have got there with
you. It's good when you told me to read the scripture to have it right there when you read it.
Salaki.
Especially me.
Let me get there with you.
Reset it.
Ecclesiastes 7 and 9. Resteth
in the blossom of fools. Bosom of fools.
Like we were just saying, that build up. It says, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools. Now, if you get the wrong person angry and you don't apologize for it, and I'm speaking for some brothers in the school and most definitely brothers outside of the school. If you get somebody angry, rub somebody the wrong way, and you don't apologize or notice that brother was offended, or because of course you're gonna notice, because the energy be off. The way he talking to you or you talk to him be different than what it just was 10 minutes ago. But get the wrong person angry, it rests in the bosom of fools. And the person outside of this school, it could be a total
death sentence.
No, a total hothead, or a total the hot-headedest gang member, and he like, man, this can say something else to me. Like it's like the cartoon when once the cartoon get mad, the meter go all the way up to hotness.
Right.
Like some people really like that out here.
Yeah.
So it rests in the bosom of fools. Like in their chest, they holding it in their chest, and they like, man, if this dude say something else to me, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. Don't let them have no type of weapon on them, because that the emotions gonna get to them, especially if they, single parent home. It goes deep.
It goes deep.
It goes deep. Yeah, single parent homes. Single parent homes. A gang member. Somebody who known for either shooting or knocking somebody out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Bad habits.
Just hash it out, because, like I said, anger rests in the bosom of fools. Man. Fools do stuff, and then regret it later. Like, man, I shouldn't have did that to this dude. Or they be up in prison somewhere. Man, why did I let dude get me that angry? I seen this before. I seen even towards me. One of my closest homies, we was talking about some rap stuff. This man got so angry, a side of him came out I've never seen before. I'm like, dog, we just talking about rap. We talking about me. Like, I was going to be a battle rapper. I probably never told nobody this, but I was supposed to be a battle rapper. I was going to be, in the battle rap scene or whatever in Milwaukee. And that was going to be my first battle, was battling one of my homies or whatever. But it never happened because, he got madder than what the situation called for. Like, bro, this is just rap.
Right.
He must have got so embarrassed that, like, another side that came out that it was a different look in his eye and everything. Like, and I haven't spoken to him to this day. This man don't call me no more, even though we used to talk every day. Yeah. I used to be going to his house, all that.
Yeah.
I be the one trying to rekindle these relationships, but they don't be reaching out back to me, you know what I mean? But that's a different story. That was a little personal thing, Salaki.
No, it's good. It's good to apply those personal situations.
For anger rests in the bosom of fools, man. These people, man, build up certain things in their chest. They take it to heart. They, the fools, man. They drink their courage up. Taking shots back, taking drinks back. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, they drunk enough come around you, and they be like, it remind me of that Belly situation. You seen Belly, right? Mm-hmm. When Nas was coming out the barbershop. Now, Nas didn't have nothing to do with what happened to dude in that basement. It was all DMX. Yeah, it was all DMX. Right. Like, he came up to Nas talking about, remember that stuff that happened in the basement? And Nas didn't have nothing to do with it. And he, whatever happened, But that's just an example of people holding stuff in their heart.
Right.
Even though that probably was a movie, but that's real life too. Like, we brought out so much things in movies that apply to real life. That stuff do happen. Like, people hold stuff for years.
Now, if I could, that brother that did that in that movie, in his mind, he'd be like, I solved that problem. Mm-hmm. So in his mind, that's how he solves his problems. You know what I mean? It's through violence. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So that's why, like, brotherhood is so important, and learning these scriptures is so important, because, and not just our backgrounds, not just how we grew up, but also we suffer through tribalism. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's like we have to really be patient with one another, because one brother might be Mexican, the other one might be Judite. They both have street backgrounds. And that right there itself goes deep.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's like brothers are fighting so many different things. It's like we gotta be very patient and calm and have respect. You know what I mean? Because, man, if we lose that, man, that there ain't gonna be no brotherhood.
That's exactly why I pulled this scripture, man, because it make you think of so much, and then it's deep too, because you see it on movies all the time. You see it in real life and in your past life. People hold stuff for years. I used to be like that. I ain't gonna lie. You did something to me and I didn't get you right then. Once I see you, I remember that exact thing that you did. Mm-hmm. And I might even bring it up. Then you might say, "Man, what? that was years ago. So what, bro? You know. But I learned to, you know, just let things go. If I don't talk about it at that time that it happened, hey, you know, it just happened. You know, I have to let that stuff go. But, you know, and that's something that the truth taught me, man. If somebody offends you, or, you know, if you don't bring it up or pull that brother to the side, man, it's like he don't know he offended you. You know, so, you know, if you don't bring it up at the time that it happened, then you just let it go, because once you bring it up, like, yeah, okay, say this January, you be like, yeah, remember that time last April you had it? Nigga, like, last April? Bro, why you didn't talk to me about this last April?
And if I could,
you know what I'm saying?
I got checked one time, you know what I'm saying, like, by the generals, you know what I'm saying? It's like, when because I hold a lot of things in, too.
Yeah, that's, you know, something that I have to work on, too.
And the general said, nah, when a brother offended you, you got to come to that brother right there and then, because you sinned from holding that in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then, like you just said, like, you come out there, bro, 3, 4, 5 months later, it's like you sparking that thing all up, like, all over again.
Exactly.
And man, that brother might take it a different way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's heavy, because I used to be like that, you know. I used, like, trust me, bro. I used to definitely hold stuff in for a long time, until I right that wrong, like you said, or until I feel like I did something to get even.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, you can't get even. You have to squash these quarrels that we have within these places to move forward.
Right.
We have to, you know, learn how to, you know, because that's a big thing too for me, is pulling somebody to the side. Hey, bro, you did this. You know, I wasn't feeling that. You know what I'm saying? I feel some kind of way, woo. You know, then it's up to a brother to be like, oh man, Salaki, you know what I'm saying? I didn't mean that. I didn't mean this. But if it don't seem genuine sometimes when you pull somebody to the side and you be like, man, you offended me, do, and they be like, oh, my bad, no sweat. And then it's just over, like, bro, I'm still offended. You know what I'm saying?
I could too. It's like, it takes strength, especially somebody's like, man, if you did something, you just smack you up right there and then. You know what I mean? Because that's just how they're raised to do. You know, but for a brother to have the patience and the humbleness and applying the brotherhood that he just learned the truth, and he comes at you like that, and you just, oh yeah, we good. Are you like, brother? You don't know what that's gonna do to that brother.
Exactly. It could make somebody more angry. Like, this man just, everything I just said just went in one ear and out the other. You know what I'm saying? That's, and I feel like you didn't hear me. You know what I'm saying? Even though I did everything. I pulled you to the side. You know, we over here in private. I'm telling you this and that. You have to, you know, I don't want to say explain. You have to, you know, well, basically, you know, we just keep it this is the time where you don't want a short answer, because the short answer, like I just said, oh, my Salaki, you good now? We good. See, that's making me think, oh, this one think it's a game. He don't know what I used to do, type of deal. But, you know, and when somebody pull you to the side, it's not the time to be short-winded with an answer or a reply, because that can make somebody more offended, or make another brother feel like, hey, he didn't hear me. He just, you know, said this and that, and then it was over. You know, we didn't really talk. But, you know, once you pull that brother to the side, you know, y'all hash it out with a good conversation, not no yes or no answers, or no Salakias and we good and all this. You know, a good amount of time, you know, the offense and the you know, the Salakias and the hashing out, a good amount of time should amend that relationship.
Yes,
you know
absolutely.
what I'm saying?
And if I could just to apply to that, there's another step to that too. Especially if you offended that brother and he really got offended by it and he came at you like a man, and you were on the wrong, don't be upset for the fact that he pulled you off to the side. Now you feeling some type of grudge because he corrected you.
Right. Or he even brought up that he was offended. Like, just, it's a thing called hearing. You know what I'm saying? You didn't, if in your mind you feel like, oh, I didn't try to offend him, but he feel offended. So you have to, you know, at least hear that brother and don't be getting mad that he brought, because he, in all actuality, he really trying to amend this relationship because he pulled you to the side.
Right.
You know, you shouldn't be getting offended because he pulled you to the side. Like I've been pulled to the side a couple times.
Yeah.
I didn't take it no kind of way. I took it as, oh, okay,
Right.
this brother felt this way about this. You know, it's like, hey man, that's how I go.
And if I could too, is like, and if you were on the wrong in that situation, right? Don't let it just die right there when you said, "Oh, we good," and the brother says, "Yeah, we straight now." Don't let it just die right there. There's work you got to do now. Like you still got to gain that brother. You know what I mean? Like work on that brotherhood, man, because brotherhood is all we got.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And we don't take that serious, man. Like even when you're wrong, it's good to go out of your way to gain that brother, man, because again, we come from two different worlds, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to gain that brother, even if it goes out of your way. You know, find the brother a bottle or bring him his favorite taco, whatever the case may be. It's good to do those type of things, man, because that brother, it only strengthens up. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to do that, man. Like even when you said lock in, brother, it's good to still go out of your way and let him know that it's squashed. Like you don't have to worry about me no more. Like
exactly, because that goes with putting in the effort. You know, after it's all said and done, after we hashed it out or got that understanding, now it's time to put even forth more effort. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it's important, man. That's all we got is brotherhood.
And sometimes, that effort is the thing to show me that he really trying to amend the thing that he offended me for, or whatever the case may be. It ain't about kissing ass or salaki. It ain't about that. It's about tucking that pride, bro, really. You know, a brother feel like, hey, man, I shouldn't have, we grown. I shouldn't have to. Bro, it's not about that. It's about, making sure that brother good or making sure we good, so we can move this truth forward. So we can continue in this thing without no gripes against each other or, you know what I mean? That type of thing. And that's something that's commendable. Brothers hashing things out, because that's how infiltration happens within this thing, or certain things happen. Somebody feels some kind of way, now they thinking of a whole other, it's a thing to keep a brother's mindset straight, because ain't no telling, like you said, what backgrounds we all come from, how we think, how we handle each other is all we got.
This is all we got, and there's no other solution to bring black and brown people together. You know what I mean? Like I look at things at a whole other perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like I think there's very few of my kind. You know what I'm saying? Like we're talking. But I think this is like the beginning stages of really changing up the game, because in the UPK we want hardcore men, and we want warriors. You know what I mean? So
I was just about to say,
if you have one Mexican come in and he's already getting attacked left and right, it's like, brother, wait till we bring 50 Mexicans like myself in. You know what I mean? And we can't get the brotherhood straightened out, it's gonna be a civil war within the truth.
Exactly. And that's something that we definitely don't want. We trying to bring brothers together. We trying to, get back to that royalty that we once was at. If we can't start here, if we can't start with each other, then it's like it's no starting point. We just gonna be going in the circle and laps and laps without, putting that stake here. Okay, we started here. We all the way, we come this far. You know what I'm saying? So we should keep amending our relationships. You know what I'm saying? It's very important. How much time we got on that?
We got 1 minute.
Oh, Slovakia then. Anybody got any questions online?
I'll read the scripture.
I think you read that. You got it. Right. Anybody got no comments online?
I don't see nobody. I see no viewers right now. I see 2 likes.
Golly. Well, that's the Lord then. The water. With that, this is the ISUPK coming out of 1 West Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. We are not affiliated with no other groups, period. No Israelite groups or no groups outside of the Israelite groups. We are the ISUPK only. I am Officer Kananya, that's Officer IR. Shalom, Israel.